Hello children, welcome back after long holidays. So we are in a new year and this is the first class of 2021 and today we are going to start new chapter 15 biodiversity and its conservation. First we must know that what is meant by biodiversity and then what is the need of conservation. So biodiversity, bio means living beings and diversity means differences, variety, variation. Okay, so when we talk about the biodiversity, actually we are talking about the various kind of living beings which are on this universe, on this earth rather. In this universe only earth is so far in our knowledge. It is only the earth which has got all the different species, and we know there are so many different type of species there. There are hundreds of varieties of plants there, hundreds of varieties of insects are there, and rather hundreds are nothing. Rather, we should say lakhs of varieties of insects are there, number of different type of plants are there. So why these all organisms are there and why variation is there? So that all includes the biodiversity. The term biodiversity is the variation in the living beings which we see around us. You can just, when I'll read here, you will come to know that is there are more than 20,000 species of ants are there. Now the question is why 20,000 ants? Why? What is the need? Why we require so many different type of ants? So now the two questions are there: whether all the ants which we see today have come together in the same time they are originated, or they originated in different period of time, or and the second thing are all of them performing the similar kind of function. So then we'll come to know that there is a need of all these type of ants and all these type of biodiversity. Ant is just a representation of the biodiversity which is considered here. And the second aspect of the chapter is conservation of biodiversity. Now conservation means we have to protect them, we have to prevent them from getting extinct. Now the question is why we are so worried about. We have seen that we have got so many different type of in situ conservation plan around us, where we are conserving about in the Ranthambore we are conserving tiger. So we are given the name as a tiger reserve. Then there are places where we are conserving crocodiles. There are places where we are conserving some other type of species. Okay. So what we have done, we have brought them to a particular place and we are giving them all type of facilities and preventing them from all different type of harm, so that these species can be conserved. Now the question is, what is the need of conservation? What will happen if 5 species get extinct? What will happen after 20,000 type of ants if 100 or 200 or 5,000 or 10,000 type of ants go away forever? Is this really affecting us? So that is all what we have to study in this chapter. So beautifully written chapter, small chapter, but very important chapter. A number of questions come from it in the exam. So we must know about it. Okay, let us see. Now if an alien from a distant galaxy were to visit our planet Earth, we don't know whether the aliens are really there or not there, but if some alien enters onto the Earth atmosphere and then he sees, so what he will be, the very first thing would amaze and baffle him would be probably the enormous diversity of life. Now we don't know where he is coming from, whether there is more biodiversity or less biodiversity, but whatever, certainly these biodiversity will be different from the biodiversity which are found in his place or his planet, but he will be definitely amazed. Yeah, he will be seeing that the dogs are there, then the wolves are there, then the jackals are there, then the hyenas are there. There are so many different type of varieties of the dogs are there. Some small dogs are there, some big, tall, some are very dangerous and carnivorous, then some are only noise making dogs. See, so what we are amazed by so many different type of biodiversity. So even for human, the rich biodiversity, rich variety of living organism with which they share this planet never ceases to astonize and fascinate us. Why we go to zoos? हम क्यों जाते हैं जू में? जंतुआलय, and there we have to even pay ticket. We have to buy ticket, we have to pay money. So suppose 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, whatever is the particular fees, that we have to buy a ticket, and then we just go and roam and we see the variety of animals there. What is the need? We want to know that what are the different kind of organisms, biodiversity existing. Along with we human beings are there, cow and dog and cat we see everywhere, pigeon and dove we see everywhere, sparrow and spider which we see. So these are not the things which we'll see in zoo. We go to zoo to see the lion and the tiger and the panther and the variety of snakes are there, and the tortoise are there, and the different type of birds which we are not seen in our surrounding. Those things are kept in the zoos and which we see. So what we are amazed. It gives us some sort of pleasure. It gives us certain type of questions why they are there, or it also gives us certain type of question that what it must be eating, whether it is a dangerous, whether it is a it can be what you call reared by us. Okay, can we bring them home, or there are a number of other questions comes in our body, in our mind. Okay, so all these things only we are going to use to see actually biodiversity. The common man would find it hard to believe that there are more than 20,000 species of ants are there. Just now I said 20,000 species of ants. If you remember how many types of ants you might have seen that big one makoda जिसको हम कहते हैं, and small variety of that another makoda, वो एक छोटा सा, that is less dangerous. The big one is very dangerous because once it bites it will tear off your skin. Then we got certain small ants like we got red ants, and we got white ants, and we know that the red ants are very dangerous. They bite, and then we get irritation for long time on the skin. Black ants we are hardly worried about because they are not biting one. They are just cleaners of the atmosphere. So whatever thing die, these ants reach there. Whatever food falls, these ants reach there and they take them away. So we have hardly seen 5, 6, 7 or at the most 10, 20 varieties of ants around us. But there are 20,000 species of the ants are there. There are 3 lakh species of beetles are there. Now you imagine how many type of beetles you might have seen. Recollect, you might have seen those black beetles which are stinking one that comes in the night time just after rain. So बारिश हुई है, within 2-3 days you will find. ठीक है, then you will find some other beetles which are there on the bark of the trees, very ugly looking beetles. Then you might have seen some beautifully colored beetles, red and black beetles, or you might have seen even the green beetles which are having shades of colors, shining one. So these as far as I remember, I must have seen not more than 10 varieties of beetles, or more. 10 to ज़्यादा ही होगा, because in my MSc entomology was one of the subject and we had to collect insects. So there I collected number of beetles and number of butterflies and number of moths and all. So but now I don't remember, all those things are gone. Okay, 28,000 species of fish. We eat fish, yet we go to the market, and in Kota market, how many type of fish you will get? You will get rohu, you will get katla, you will get mrigal, you will get bam, you will get lachi, you will get that small fish, silver fish and silver carp and this and that. There will be hardly 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 varieties of fish you can see in the local fish market. And even if you include the sea fishes, you will have some mackerel, you will have some pomfrets, you will have bombay duck, you will have some other type of fishes and all, prawns and all. Prawn of course is not a fish, but all these. So your inventory will not go more than 20 varieties of fish, 25, 30 varieties. Okay, so that is what the fish is. Now similarly there are 20,000 species of the orchids. in Kota, in the dry land, where we'll get to see orchids. But of course, there are some orchids are there, which you can see in some of the moist, humid environment. In some places, some of the people are having orchids in there because orchids require less space, small plants there. Okay, ecologists and evolutionary biologists are trying to understand the significance of such a diversity by asking it important question: why are there so many species? Just now I said, what is the need of 20,000 species of the ants? You see spider in your house, there are so many varieties of spiders are there, the long leg one, small leg one, so one, very small one. There are some such transparent type of ants which you hardly spider which you hardly recognize. I can see one spider is there. Of course, after holidays these must have plenty. So, but one could still there. Okay, so there are a number of different type of spiders are there, and then other insects. Insects and butterflies you are amazed with. You have got so many different type of insects, and especially butterflies. Okay? So the question is that why there are so many species, and did such great diversity exist throughout the history? Means when the butterflies were made or evolved, whatever you think. If you think the origin is that the God has created a special creation, that did God had that much of time to make so many different varieties of insects in one day? Or these insects have come in the different period of times. So then which one is the oldest insect? What insect came later on? Which butterfly was the oldest butterfly? Which butterflies came later on? And which is the latest butterfly which is just introduced? So we don't know. We don't know. So this is also a question. Okay. Now, how did the diversification come about? We have studied that the variation is a slow process, and the slow process or speciation is a very slow process in which the small variation keep on accumulating, and these variations then become so different, so vast from the original species that we have to call them as a different species. So that is what we have studied. So how, when these diversification have come about? Now, how and why is the diversity important to the biosphere? Would it function any different if biodiversity is much less? If there are only 5,000 species of ants, what would have happened to the ecosystem? If we consider that these species evolved in due course of time, that means there was a time when there were only 5,000 varieties of ants, there was a time when there was only 50 varieties of ants, then also earth was existing. Then what is the need of these 20,000 varieties of ants? When there was a time when only 10 varieties of fish were there, or one variety of fish is there. From one variety of fish, this 28,000 varieties of fish has evolved in period of time. So what will happen if 10 varieties get extinct? Why are we so worried? So these are the questions we have to answer, we have to think, we have to see, we have to experimentally understand, is there really some differences comes? So how do humans benefit from the biodiversity? So these are the questions we have to answer in this chapter. Now the question is biodiversity. Biodiversity kya? In our biosphere, immense diversity or heterogeneity exists not only in the species level, but all the levels. There are 3 levels of biodiversity. ठीक है, 3 levels. कौन सी है? Biodiversity at the species level, and biodiversity here it is given. You can see in the genetic diversity, the species diversity, and ecological diversity. So 3 levels of diversities are there. Now we are talking about the biodiversity, where we are talking about the species diversity. Again, not only in the at the species level, but all the levels of biological organization, ranging from the macromolecules within the biomes. Okay? We human beings are different because we got different set of enzymes with different type of chemicals which we got, and these are different from the ants, these are different from monkeys, they are different from the chimpanzees, they are different from our DNA are different from apes. That's why we are human and they are apes. Had our DNA been alike, macromolecules of DNA and RNA and other molecules would be alike, then why would have been different from those of the apes? Or even 2 human beings which are different. So that means their genetic level, we have studied that there is less than 1% difference in the less than 0.1% difference is there in the DNA. But the 0.1% difference which is there in the DNA only forming so much of variation in the human beings. ठीक है। तो बायोडाइवर्सिटी इज द टर्म पॉपुलराइज्ड बाय सोशियोबायोलॉजिस्ट एडवर्ड विल्सन, याद रख लीजिए विल्सन साहब के नाम को, क्वेश्चन आ गया था 1 साल, ठीक है। कंबाइंड डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ ऑल द लेवल्स ऑफ बायोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ऑफ देम आर जेनेटिक डाइवर्सिटी, whatever differences are there in the even one species, different members, they are showing differences, that is because of genetics. Then the different species which are showing differences because of the genetics. So a single species may show high diversity at the genetic level, single species, when we talk about the human being alone. So even human being world over, no two human beings are alike. Even the identical twins which were at the time of birth, they were alike, but in due course of time they become different. So their genetic makeup again changes in due course of time because of the mutation or some other reason or other. Okay? So genetic level, the diversity is there, and that is making so much of variation. The genetic variation shows by medicinal plant Raufia vomitoria. Now vomitoria is a plant growing in the different Himalayan ranges, might in terms of potency and concentration of the active chemical, that is rasperpine, that plant produces. India has more than 50,000 genetically different strains of the rice and 1,000 varieties of mangoes. How many types of mangoes you have ate? You might have. Like if I think about myself, I must have ate somewhere about 10-15 type of mangoes. Many of them which I can't even differentiate when I go to that fruit shop. Sometimes I have to ask, भाई ये वाला कौन सा मैंगो है और ये वाला कौन सा है, तो कभी तो बोलता है सर ये लंगड़ा है, ये है, ये चूसना है, और ये क्या कहते हैं, ये ऐसा है. But sometimes we don't even recognize. But there is a difference. In genetic level there is a difference. That is why their tastes are different, their size are different, their colors are different, their texture are different, their appearance are different, their flavor, fragrance, so many differences are there in the different mangoes. The same is true with the rice. Okay, we go to the rice shop, you will get number of sacks. Sometimes you get confused, ये भी वैसे ही दिख रहा है, ये भी वैसे ही दिख रहा है. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? साहब ये बासमती है, ये टेरिकॉट है, वो क्या कहते हैं सेला है, वो गोल्डन सेला है, और ये 12 का बासमती है, एंड दिस इज ऑफ बूंदी का बासमती, एंड दिस इज ऑफ पंजाब बासमती. नाउ व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन 12 बासमती एंड बूंदी बासमती? है सर, आप खाओगे तब मालूम पड़ेगा. सो दैट मीन्स देयर इज सम डिफरेंस इन द जेनेटिक लेवल. Okay, now next is species diversity. Species diversity, that is the various species which we have just taken an example. So diversity at the species level, for example, the Western Ghat has a greater amphibian species diversity than the Western Ghats. Sorry, Western Ghat has greater biodiversity than the Eastern Ghat. I was thinking now Western Ghat. The Western Ghat is very Western Ghat means those which are in this Malabar side, गोवा से लेके और केरला तक जो जा रहा है, तो ये जो मुंबई से लेके, और अदर यू कंसिडर इवन गुजरात ऑल्सो. तो स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम गुजरात एंड गोइंग टिल कन्याकुमारी, सो ऑल दिस जो है दिस इज वेस्टर्न घाट. नाउ वेस्टर्न घाट के अंदर आप देखेंगे तो देयर आर ह्यूज बायोडाइवर्सिटी देयर. There are a lot of rainfall there, there are large number of forests there, there are number of type of plants are there, and according to the plant there will be number of type of species of the animals are there. But if you go to the eastern Ghats, you will find very few varieties, because the rain is not so prominent there, because plantation is not so big there. Okay? So the variation is less. Okay, next is ecological diversity. Now ecological diversity in the form of weather, in the form of seasons, in the form of temperature, in the form of rainfall, in the form of other things. So they are in a way providing the various type of habitats for the different type of plants and animals. So at the ecosystem level, India for instance, with the desert, rainforest, mangroves, coral reefs, wetland, estuaries, alpine meadow, has a greater ecosystem diversity than the Scandinavian country Norway. Norway तो छोटी सी country है, means within few hours you can pass across Norway from one end to another end. and it is more of in the lengthwise, breadthwise तो बहुत ही कम. तो you just see the Norway's map and you will find that from one end to other end the weather is same. So when there is no weather, how can there be biodiversity? But if you see in India, Himalayan region is entirely different. That वो the Seven Sisters and West Eastern Northeast में, they are having entirely different type, the highly rain and forest land, and they are mostly mountainous region. There is no plains there, so there are different type of even if you see that Punjab and Haryana, they got a very fertile land and you get the most productivity there, and that is why all those kisan are doing all those type of agitation there. And then you will come to the Rajasthan, western Rajasthan, it is all desert. Western Gujarat, it is all desert. Kutch ka desert Gujarat mein, and in Rajasthan it is Thar desert. And if you go to the southern Rajasthan, where we are there in Kota and Bundi and all, we are getting enough of rain and we are got high productivity. That is one of the reason is Chambal even, but then rainfall is also too much in this region in compared to the other parts of Rajasthan. Go little down or just come to the central India, MP, rain is less and the productivity is also less, biodiversity is also less. You go little down, that is the Vidarbha, and then you go to the Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, it is totally desert. Not desert, but the productivity is very less, that rainfall is very less. And you go to Kerala, then you will find every inch of the land is occupied with some type of biodiversity there, because there are the environmental condition or ecological condition are very fertile, very supportive. So you will find that all different type of things are there. We got desert in Rajasthan and Gujarat, we got rainforest in Western Ghat and in the Assam and those areas. Then we got mangroves in Goa, even in the what you call West Bengal and all. Then we got coral reefs, that is in Kanyakumari region, and then wetlands are there, use trees are there. Use trees are the junction between the rivers and what you call sea, where the backwater comes and forms this use trees, and alpine meadow in the Himalayan region. So we got so much of biodiversity in compared to the small country like Norway. So it has taken millions of years of evolution to accumulate this rich diversity in the nature, but this but is very important, and for that we are reading this chapter. But we could lose all its wealth in less than 2 centuries. 200 साल लगेंगे खत्म. Why? Because of our human effect. We human beings thought to be the most intellectual people. Most intellectual people in the sense that we can grow any type of plant in any type of condition. We can cultivate any type of plants and any type of animals we can have in any type of condition by changing the environment. But the change cost a price. वो उसका बहुत बड़ा effect है. So when we are using pesticide, when we are using fertilizers, when we are using manure, when we are using any type of these type of things, we are causing destruction. When we are using electricity, when I am giving a lecture on online, so I am using computer as well as I am using mobile, and they are using electricity, and the power of electricity is coming from the power plants where the coal is burned, and the coal is adding so much of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, and it is creating imbalance. All these we know, yet we are doing. When we are asking children to prepare notes, and when we are asking children to make files and books and all, we are using paper, and papers are used made by cutting trees, and we know that is causing destruction. And not only the trees which we are cutting, we are even removing several animals from their original habitat. So we are doing it, knowingly we are doing it. We know that the poor people who are in the villages, they are not getting enough of jobs there, and in order to getting the job, in order to getting their survival necessities, they are moving to the cities, and cities are crowded, and in order to fulfill the water requirement in the cities, we have to take the water from the underground sources, whether the water is not getting the time to getting into penetration into soil and increasing the water table, so we are creating destruction. Who is doing? Can we blame any elephant or lion or a tiger or an earthworm or a bird? The blame comes only and only to us, we human beings. We are the destructor of the environment. Why? Why? Because we are highly intellectual. In order to make a potato chip, 1 kg potato chip, how much water is wasted? Water is used to remove wash potatoes first, and to peel them, again water is used to remove the peel, then to wash the chips, again water is used. Where this water is coming from? From underground sources, and we are wasting and we are polluting them. When we are making a genes, in order to make one gene, I read somewhere that is 2000 liter water is used. Now, how many genes are sold every day? How many genes are made every day? Where is this water coming from? So only we people are causing destruction to the environment, not the birds and animals or butterflies or fish. And who is paying the cost? Who is paying the price? That is these animals, because they cannot have filtration plants, they cannot have air purification plant, they cannot have water filtration plant. Even the poor human beings who are at the roadside, we are using cars, and cars with a big engine, which is burning a lot of fuel, and we are polluting the environment. Who is paying the cost? We are sitting in the car, all the windows up, AC is running, air is coming filtered inside. But think of those people who are at the roadsides. Think of those animals and plants which are at the roadsides. So they are paying price. So there is nothing called intellectual. It is only our thought. It is only our thought. Okay? So that is all the reason of loss of biodiversity. So biodiversity and its conservation is now vital environmental issue and international concern, as more and more people around the world begin to realize the critical importance of biodiversity for our very survival. Okay, now when thing come कि हमारा क्या होगा if these species are going to getting extinct like this, what will happen to us? What will happen to and the well-being of planets? So if we are going on using pesticides, so pesticides are even killing those soil microbes which are helpful for the decomposition of the organic matter. So the process of organic decomposition is delayed. So for the plants, we will get fertilizer for our agriculture, we will get fertilizer from industries. But all those dead bodies which are there, that dead organic matter which is there, who will decompose them? So when the process of decomposition will be slowed down, when the forest will not get its recycled nutrients, effect will be there. So slowly we will have to pay the price. It may be possible that Raju Javier will live his life happily. It may be possible that you people of the class 12, which are of 16, 17 years age today, you will also live your life, because another 60, 70, 80 years, the environment may not be showing so much of degradation. But think of the later years, what will happen. So the price will have to be paid. Have to be paid, and this is all had done within last 200 years. Once the industrialization started. Before that, we were not worried. And if at all there is a court which can sue all those people who cause destruction to the environment, all these developed nation, UK first number, US, Germany, and they will, I don't know how much price they will have to give. How many species have been killed by these UK people when they were ruling, or they were colonized in several countries? How much resources they are taken, cutting the trees for making the various type of uses and all. And we are still continuing that only. The monoculture which was introduced by Britishers, the same monoculture we are following. So what type of intelligence is there? What type of intellectuals are there? So the thing to get to think, सोचना पड़ेगा हमको. But हम सोचेंगे यार मेरे सोचने से क्या होता है। प्रोबेबली मेरी ये वीडियो 5 जने दूसरे भी देखेंगे तो दे विल कम टू नो दैट देर इज समथिंग, सम अदर्स विल टॉक अबाउट इट, देन दे विल कम टू नो. So you had to talk, you had to open your mouth. Thank you children, that's all for today.